Welcome to I Woke Up Today. We have such an amazing guest, Jannese, who is so special, inspiring, so women empowerment, let me tell you. She is a mother of 3 boys, a male golden doodle, which is the cutest thing
My baby.
and a top producer in her career as a real estate agent. Now, she is also, I'm not going to spoil, but she's part of the NPC. She'll go into it a little bit more. Jannese, now before we start, I like to go ahead and open up the episode with what are you grateful for today?
I'm grateful to God. I'm grateful for my family. There's so many things that I'm grateful for. My children, my little golden doodle has been such an emotional support.
Oh, for real.
He's my everything, and he's my first dog. So now I don't even know how I lived and went through everything that I've gone through without that additional emotional support. So there's so many things I can go on and on about that. I'm just happy to be in the position that I am right now and what God has led me to be.
Amen. I
Yeah.
love that.
Boom.
Whoop, whoop.
That's the way to
Drop
start
mic.
it. Así mismo. So too much.
Oh, I love
Too
it.
much
I love
happiness.
it. So, ask me what am I grateful?
What are you grateful for, Gigi?
So, I'm glad we're talking about this because I was thinking about you this morning. I was thinking about you yesterday, which was Wednesday. Sorry.
Wednesday, that's
Like,
right.
wait, I
But this
forgot all
week
my
has
time.
been like that.
It's been like
Yeah.
crazy. And this whole month, I feel like every time we just like wake up, it's like your life.
Do you post
Just
on
like-
Instagram like good morning, happy, and it's not even the day that it is?
Exactly.
I did that
You're like-
twice this.
Yeah, it's
this
just
week.
insane. So I'm sorry. I was thinking about you yesterday because I was going for a run with a couple of my friends, and my headset was not connected to my watch, and that's where I listen to my music. I have a tendency of when I run, I have to listen to music. When I work
Me
out,
too.
the
Music is
music better be
everything.
good,
Yeah.
right? I had to run without music. It wasn't working, and
How did that
I've
feel?
never done that. And I was in my head. Like I'm usually in my head, but I was really in my head. And I was just talking to myself, sorting things out. And I really think I wasn't going to last those 3 miles, but I really did. And I was like, you know what? It's not that bad. You know, you have a routine. And if you're not in that routine, it's okay. Just wake up, keep going. Life
That's
has
right.
not stopped.
That's
So
right.
that's what I'm grateful for. Like I actually told myself, I'm like, get over it. It is not working. It's okay. Just keep running.
That's
and talk
it.
to yourself and just be present.
That's right.
Smell the air, look at the trees, the birds chirping, and that was very beautiful. Just to
Yeah.
be present for a moment.
That's right. Because you have to work with what you got
Yes.
at that moment. And my son, when I take him, my 16-year-old who's always in the gym with me, tells me all the time, like, I don't have my headphones on, like I can't do this. And he'll say that to me. And I said, but we're in Crunch Fitness. I mean, there's music, but it's not my music. It's not the one that I want to listen to. And so he kind of feels like demotivated a bit.
Yes.
And I said, work with what you got. And he kills it. And I'm like, you'll never regret going to the gym or doing a run
Yes.
at the end of something like that when you overcome your mind like that.
It's so true. I love that.
Yeah.
So we want to bring it back. And I love your story. And David, who is part of Team Gigi, who is a very special place.
My
in your
first
heart.
assistant
Yes.
ever in real estate.
He is amazing. And he told me your story. And it was just like, what the hell? Like, no way. What a badass. So let's go back into high school. Talk to me about that.
High school I didn't
experience.
like. High school I wasn't part of like the cliches, or is that what you call it when it's everybody in a
cliques
group,
and
the cliques,
stuff.
whatever. And I was very much like I knew a lot of people, but I was a loner. And I had this boyfriend who probably wasn't the best influence, wasn't. And but outside of that, I started working at the age of 16, 15 actually with my dad. And then 16, my first job was Burger King. And I just loved the fact that I can make money and help my family out. And so I loved making money so much that I dropped out of high school, probably at grade, almost going into 11th grade, or I think I was just at 11th grade starting. So I was a high school dropout. And then I just went to work. I somehow negotiated with my mom that if she signed me out, that I would go to night school. I don't know how I got to do that. I was a good negotiator ever since then. So she's like, okay, I'll sign you out, and then, but you got to go to night school. Well, I just kept working, and I just work, and I was able to buy my own things and all of that. And then I did it. And then I went into property management. And then in the crash of what year was that? 2024? No,
2008.
2008.
Yeah.
I was managing in multifamily, like over 400 units.
Wow.
And I was always like, since I had dropped out of high school, I had that in like the pride of like, I had to always show everybody that I was good enough. And I just kept overachieving. I never wrote in my resumes that I was a high school dropout. Duh.
Right.
Like, I mean, it asks you,
can't
did you graduate?
do that. Come on.
So I just kept, and then when that market crashed and I was out of a job for like 3 months, I said, I'm going to go back, and I don't want to be the only child that my dad has that doesn't have their degree. So I went to Winter Park High School, and in 30 days, I was an idiot. I love making money and I love working. And I got my GED then.
Oh, that's amazing.
But that was like 6 or 7 years, and after 2 kids later.
Really?
Yeah.
But at least you did it.
But I did it. It's never too late. Exactly. And then I graduated in our little class, and then I just took that degree and I just gave it to my parents.
Now, did you see like the kids that were in your class graduating? Like, did you see like a different dynamic? Like, could you correlate with them? Like, why they wanted to, why are they getting the GED? Like, what was that emotions going through?
A lot of them, honestly, were also older. I think they've gone through the trying to be a provider for their family and having to kind of be more of that than school.
Right.
And a lot of them were young also because they just wanted to try to finish quicker, maybe. Right. But honestly, a lot of them were my age. Just they were workers, and the high school or that wasn't a priority back then. It was really just earning the money that you needed to be a provider.
Right. I love
and that's
that.
what it was.
Hey, so, at least you did it.
But I haven't. I did it, and I went to college.
You did?
I did go to college.
Good for
I went
you.
to Strayer University, and I did about 1.5 years.
Yeah.
But I didn't like school.
Right.
And I just didn't. It wasn't for me. Why did I not finish that? Because I was a student support manager, and I did really well in it. One of my students was a broker, and she was going into getting her legal degree. And she says, Jannese, why don't you get into real estate? Like, why don't you do that? And I said, you know what? And I said, I always believe that God puts people in front of you for reasons. Yes. And she didn't know that 2 weeks prior to that, I had already knew that my job was going to be transferred into another state. Oh. And so that was going to be a job soon. That was going to be like another layoff. So I said, you know what? I'll go ahead and I'll do my license. And then that next week, I'm like that. When I have an idea, I just jump right into it. Impulsive. And then I know, very emotional like that and very reactive. And then I just did it and passed that test. And then
you got it.
13 years later, I'm still in real estate.
Wow. And a top badass producer.
And I'm excited about it because I've done it full-time the whole way.
Oh, okay,
I've never been a part-time agent. I've been full-time, and I've done really well.
You gave your all.
I give my all in everything. It's exhausting sometimes.
I know.
Gigi.
But
it's a good example to others, right? It's in the
Exactly.
genes.
It really is. So talk to me about your firstborn son and about your marriage.
Well, Moises, my oldest, who's going to be 28 this year.
Oh my gosh.
28, crazy. I had him at 18, and I got married because that was the right thing to do then, right? I didn't know what else, we should.
Right.
And had this little tiny wedding. And we went to Miami, got married, and then Moises was born. Oh. And he is a miracle because he was born at my 6th month. I don't know how many weeks that may be.
I don't know.
But he was like under 2 pounds.
Oh, wow.
And so he was like 50-50 that he would survive. So it was a very traumatic moment in my life, being at 18 and popping out this little tiny creature that's less than 2 pounds. Not knowing, my life instantly changed. And then that if I was immature, I was literally like a wake-up call for me. Oof. And so he's an amazing boy, man now. Right. They're always going to be our babies.
They're going to be your baby.
I'm sorry if I say kid or boy or whatever when they see this video. But they're always going to be my babies. Yeah. And so then every 6 years, I had a boy. Uh-huh. And I stopped at 3.
You're like, that's it, time out.
So I have 3 amazing sons, which is crazy because that's such a big title for me. I'm a mom first. Right. I'm going to get emotional if I talk about my kids and God, but I'm a mom first in everything that I do. And unfortunately, the marriage didn't work out. Right. And so that was very devastating because that was like after probably 15 years of marriage.
Wow.
And so I had my three. I only got to deal with one baby daddy.
Like one baby daddy, that's it.
So that didn't work out. And I think at that moment in my life is exactly when fitness came into my life, because I had two choices. I was either going to crawl under a rock
Right.
and, not be who I needed to become, or I was going to pour back into myself. And I did that. I went into the gym and I like murdered it, like every day, twice a day, 5 a.m. I would take my kids to karate, and I was single. I didn't have any kind of support in the partner way at that moment. And that was it. And so that's how fitness kind of came into my life.
Now, did you do fitness a little bit before, or when the divorce happened?
That's when you started it because when the marriage was already not panning out, I needed to find an escape. And so I was doing the P90X. You remember P90X?
Yes!
I started having some abs then. And then, so I started doing that at my home. I didn't do a gym. I didn't have a membership ever at a gym. And I started doing that. But then hardcore really was that impact of a separation.
Right.
And then I knew that was my new boyfriend.
Right.
Gym.
The gym. Exactly. It's your escape.
It's my escape.
I totally agree. Like
my mental escape.
I have to work out every day. And it's not to look good or anything like that. It's more mental.
Yeah.
Like, I need to lift weights. I need to prove myself that I can do this. And you just feel so good. You hate waking up early in the morning. I mean, for me, I like working out in the morning. I hate working out in the afternoon or night. And I'll just wake up like 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, all right, it's time to go to the gym. That's the struggle. But getting in there, you're like, and you have your people. And
it's the same people.
Yes.
With the same energy. Yes. You start creating your community, your family. Do. They're it's a way different type of group. Like they're there to work on themselves, and it's just amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
So tell me, so you went into fitness, and you were telling me about this pageant. The audience needs to know about this.
Look, I'm not a girly girl. I have all guys, and that was God that did that. I don't know. I just wasn't fit for, because if I had a daughter, she'd be like a black belt and like 5 times 10. Like she'd be the
a boxer.
She'd be one of those toughies, because my dad was like that with us. Even though he had, I'm the oldest of my mom. My dad, our work ethic, what he drove into us. Like he had us out mowing the lawn. Like ain't nobody here, going to just be lazy. And my dad's work ethic was, I'm so grateful for him because he's the hardest working man I know in my life. To this day, my dad is, I don't even know, year 47. So what does that make him, like
47?
70 something?
70.
He's the hardest working man.
Because my dad is 75 and he was born in 50. So he's got to be like 77?
Something like that. But he always lied about his age because he always said his year. He was 47. And so I caught on a closing table.
No, you didn't.
It was I always talk about my dad. I say he's the hardest working man. And then at a closing table, I was talking about him. And I said the year was that he was 47. I'm like, wait. And they're like, your dad is only 47? I'm like, and then it hit me. I'm like, wait. And I was like, Dad. And I called him. I said, excuse me. I went into the hallway. And I called my dad. I said, Dad, you're 70. That was when he was 70. You're 70. He says, it took you this long to figure that out. Your year was 47. But anyways, so I could be a squirrel. So keep me on track on what we were talking about.
So you're talking about the pageant.
So the pageantry. Well, I'm not a girly girl. That was never a dream of mine to do that. I mean, I had 3 kids, so I didn't even think that would be something I'd qualify for.
So you already had your 3 kids at
I had
this
my
point.
3 boys. I was already divorced. So it was like, already a check, a scar there. And then I have 3 boys. I'm like, what would I be doing in a pageantry? I thought that was just for teens and, kids, women that did not have babies or anything like that. But this promoter told me I have this particular category, and it's called Las Señoras, or the Miss, or Miss, Mrs., whatever.
Something like that.
And I was like, okay. And then she told me what it meant. She says, this is actually for your type of a woman that has been married, have had children, but has not let herself go. Ooh. And I was like, that's my kind of talk. So I was like, okay. So I thought it was a scam. There was some kind of like judging and kissing me. And I was like, I told my kids, I said, come with me because I have no idea. She just reached me in Facebook, and I don't know if this is real. but we'll try it out.
Right.
And I did it. And then I got called out and won that judging to represent Florida. And then I did that pageantry. I was top 3 in that one, which was crazy
Yeah.
because like that just wasn't me. It was a little uncomfortable and it was very girly and glam and all
Right.
that. And then a promoter, another one says, she reached out to me. She says, I love this. We have this same category, but our pageantry is in Orlando. My first one was in South Florida. And I was like, okay. I said, I'll try it. I mean, I have all the accessories. I have, I'm on a
Right.
budget.
Right.
This kind of stuff is an investment in yourself. I mean, they're not giving you outfits. And same thing with bodybuilding. Like you got to pay for all your stuff, your accessories, your bathing
Your
suit, all the
tan,
everything.
everything, yeah.
This is 100% an investment in yourself and how much you believe in yourself. And so I did that, and I won representing Puerto Rico in that one. So I was excited on that one. So that was it. And then one day on TV, I don't know in that industry, I saw this woman on stage that was a little bit more athletic. And she was kind of modeling, but it didn't look like it was the whole glam side of things. And I was like, I'm going to do that. Like I was already in fitness. Fitness was changing my life because mentally I needed it. And then I said, one day before I turn 40, I'm going to do that.
What made you want to
do that?
Yeah.
It was a challenge of it. Because she was more athletic. I loved it. And I wanted to she was incredible. I mean, her physique. And I said, I wanted that.
Yeah.
I'm the type of person, Gigi, that when I accomplish one goal, there has to be another one right after. Like people can get anxiety around me because I'm just,
go.
Because if I have this energy and God gave me this energy, why am I gonna let it go to waste?
Yeah.
And if I can wake up in the morning, like I was saying in my little highlight this morning of just being grateful that your first blessing in the day is waking up. Like, what are you gonna do in the day now that you were given a blessing to open your eyes?
Yes.
So, anyways, that was it. I said I'm gonna do that.
That's amazing.
By the time I'm 40,
and then 40 came. COVID happened.
COVID freaking happened.
Damn COVID, messing up shit.
Can we cuss on this podcast?
Yes,
anyways,
of
I'll try. Okay.
course.
Hey, but COVID happened, and
but that was the best year of your career.
That was a crazy year because that was the first time that I'd went under contract in my home that I was building. And it was the first time that I had bought my own property on my own for my kids. And they got to see the house being built. And I had this coach, which he was a godsend because anybody going into business or anything that they want to achieve, you have to have a mentor. You have to have a coach. Please pay for this. Like it is, you need someone. Like I almost got out of that contract thinking that all hell's going to break loose. I'm going to lose my 10 grand deposit.
Right. Your EMD and stuff.
And he said to me these words. He says, wherever you're at, you're going to be paying for your roof. It might as well be yours.
Exactly.
And I was like, okay. So that year I closed on my first house. And then about half that year, everything started coming. But that's how real estate is.
It really
you
is.
got you got the peaks but you need it's the ones who stay within that
survival of the fittest.
The survivor mode. Like, you have to stay when it starts shaking up, because when do investors start diving in?
When it's down.
When it's down. Like, that's when buyers need to start.
You gotta be smart with
You need
your
to be
money.
super smart.
Yeah.
So COVID happened and I just forgot about that dream about bodybuilding. I didn't even know what the name of it was. I didn't know that pageant or that particular competition was even called bodybuilding.
Wow.
I don't know.
And did you want to give up when the whole COVID time? Because you were really focused on your career. You got your house, family, managing everything. And did you want to give up at times?
I cried a lot. I've cried a lot in my life. I felt defeated. I felt like when you're carrying the pressure of being the soldier of your family, and let alone having to lead by example 3 men, it's you have to show up at a whole other level. And there was many times that I just asked God in a corner, and I didn't want to show a lot of emotion in front of my boys. You got to be that tough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? part of being the territory, right? If I show a little bit of weakness, and they might, take advantage. I don't know what could. I just knew because of my dad too. Just tough it out.
Yeah.
So I understand how guys may feel. They got it.
Yeah.
They go through that. Tough it out. Don't cry. You're gonna show your weakness.
Mm-hmm.
But the most vulnerable, I think vulnerable is the new sexy.
It is.
Am I right or wrong?
I am so
vulnerable is
especially-
the new sexy.
Yes, especially on men. Like,
Especially on men. Can we do another topic and show on that alone?
Yes.
Anyways. So I've cried many times alone, but it was through prayer and God. I'm so like in tune with
Good.
spirituality.
Yes.
I will go to church and I will listen to worship music anywhere, and instantly tears are flowing.
That's how I feel like, or someone's getting like really emotional. I'm like, I don't know, I'm crying, but I'm crying.
But that's such a beautiful thing.
It
You have
is.
such
It's
a big heart. It's a release, also, an
release.
emotional release.
It really
I had a
is.
friend of mine that would not cry even her father had passed away, and she didn't cry. She just felt she couldn't. And I don't know if she's ever let that out, but
really?
you cannot hold those emotions.
can't.
I was telling another friend of mine last week,
Mhm.
she was having one of her moments, and I said, punch the floor, kick, and
Yes.
whatever you need to do, cry, let it out.
Just let it out.
Just
it
let
has
it
to
out.
get out of your body.
It has to, because it is an emotion, like a mental release. This is an
really is.
emotional release. You got to let
Yeah.
it go.
It really is.
So where were we at?
Okay,
because
so
we're
we
talking
have
some
COVID.
good stuff.
I love it. It's good, but this is beauty
Yeah.
of the podcast. You just let it flow.
It is.
Because life is about letting go.
And we're just going to
flow.
talk about all kinds of stuff,
Oh, we
because
are.
geez, we're in our 40. I'm 46 now.
And you look
Do
amazing.
I? Thank you so much.
You do not even look in your 40s.
40s,
I'm telling you.
Botox, girl. That's when I be going into the gym, and
Yeah.
we and my friends are laughing because they're like, try not to make those like. Don't ruin the Botox. I've
Right.
not done, that's mainly.
And that's
I mean,
another segment, because I
that's
feel
okay,
like when
yeah.
I get Botox, like it lasts a month because I work out.
I know.
Like my body does not retain it. And I'm like,
That's
I'm
what
like,
it is.
what
I guess that's the.
happened? Yeah. I'm like, this is too much moving.
That's the I guess the trick. Try
Yes.
not to make those kind of like
Expressions, but that's hard.
I don't know. I still
I'm
do.
a very like you can tell if
I
I'm
am.
mad. Woo! It's raining in my face. I'm like, and those damn wrinkles are coming
It's right
in.
here, like
Yes.
super. But so that kind of But
Oh,
I think
man.
also Latinas, we have such great genes too.
We do.
Not to say that the other cultures don't,
No, right.
but I mean, own it.
Yeah.
Own
I
it. Be proud of
agree.
it.
See, so let's get back on track in regards of COVID. So you dream. You put that aside.
I put it aside. I completely forgot about it. I focused on always being the provider. And obviously, my kids
Single
and money
mom
and
and
that income was
everything.
my
Yeah.
income. That was my income coming in. And if hell's gonna break loose,
You're
then
ready.
I need to be ready. And my kids, they're not
Exactly.
gonna, no le va a faltar nada. We can do
No.
Spanglish.
Yes, English.
No le va a faltar nada a ellos. And so then my boys, being strong for me, my kids are going through their stages too of growing up.
That's true.
And their emotional situations, relationships, all this kind of stuff. And I'm here trying to be strong for me.
Right.
And now I got to try to navigate with each of their stuff. So like, thank you, God, for just being just there for me.
For real.
Because
He's
I
never
pray
gonna
for my
leave.
strength and my, always him, because I always say the motivator needs a motivator. And
Always.
the strong people need also.
You can't always be the strong
You
one
can't
for
hold
everybody.
it down for Thank you.
No, you can't.
Thank you.
Someone needs to just help you. Like, who's gonna help?
Yes.
The strong person.
Yeah. I know I can go to you, Gigi, because you're
Yes.
super strong.
Thank you. I try.
Yeah.
Very emotional.
No, you're doing it.
I'm
No, but
trying.
the emotion is a beautiful thing. And I
Yeah.
think that's such a strength.
Yeah.
To be able to let out emotions and be
Mhm.
vulnerable is a superpower.
Oh, thanks.
It really is.
And I'm glad you say that, because I'm learning, especially doing this podcast. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay to do that. And it's okay to give yourself, like, be kind to yourself. Because I'm I'm a bitch to myself. I'm like, you can do better. You can live better. I didn't let this person do that. What? You're always in competition with yourself. Like, I don't get in competition with people, especially if you're my friends. I would just be like, no, you take care. You're number one. Always number one. I will put myself down.
We are totally our worst critics.
Yes.
And because of that, we have to also, what you said, be very kind
Yes.
to yourself, because we can instantly start self-doubting
Mm-hmm.
and be not really good and kind to ourselves, like literally start setting ourselves back,
Yeah, it's like you
like if
set
we
yourself
can't.
up for failure.
Exactly.
And I
Exactly.
think that's for me, that's my biggest weakness is I need to be more kind to myself. Lately, I'm very surprised. I've been like, okay, I'm doing good. So it's baby steps, you
Yeah.
know.
One day at a
One
time.
day at a time.
But hey,
I'm
it's moving
glad.
forward.
It really is. It really is. So, how long did it take for you to put that dream aside?
Jesus.
Like, ah,
So COVID happened. My turned 40 because
mm-hmm.
my goal to do the bodybuilding
Was
was
40.
40. Turned 40, had a great time. Um, Work was great. Kids
Mhm.
were doing well. And then I was at a holiday party and a friend of mine says, "So how's that competition going?" And I
No.
am just one person that my word is a very big deal. Like if I say I'm going to do something,
Mm-hmm.
even though it might take me a little bit to do it, I'm going to do it.
Right.
Whatever it takes, I'm going to do it, especially if it means so much to me.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's my goal for me to move forward. So, anyways, so he says that, and I wanted to crawl under a rock. He didn't know this then,
Uh-huh.
but I was like, oh my! It was just kind of like he threw
Boom.
water at me, like my dream. Like he just
Right.
the door opened again, and like the light
Oof.
shined, and like the dream. Like what happened to that?
Right.
Does that happen to you when you're
All
just
the time.
like I knew I wanted to do that, but 3 years passed by, 5 years,
I talk about it a
and you
lot
haven't
on
done
the
it yet?
I talk a lot about this on the podcast too. My dream was to be a famous fashion designer. I
Okay.
did it. I did it and I went through a really bad breakup and that just like everything went down. It's been 12 years, but I'm not letting go of that dream. I still
Amen.
I'm thinking because this is my priority is, as a lender, loan officer.
And a
But
badass one.
thank you.
You're
Trying.
such a hard worker.
Thank you. And I'm giving myself in the next 5 years, like, okay, we ready to pick up. That was like a part of my life that I will never forget. And I'm gonna fucking do it.
Yes.
I'm
I
gonna
love
do it.
that.
I'm
Let's throw
gonna
the
do it.
F
Let's do
bombs.
it. Yes.
Do it. The
Let's
point
do
is, it
it.
doesn't matter how long it takes you.
Right.
Just get there.
Just get there.
Just get there.
Exactly. So he was telling
So
you,
he
he
told me that,
opened
and
your
I was
mind. You're
like,
like,
son of a bitch. And I was like, I said, okay, it's going great. I didn't know what to say at that moment. And I said, okay, but literally, what he did to me, and I'm so grateful for him, Ryan Plaza. I will say it was you, and I think I mentioned it to you when you hear this video. But he told me that, and that next week, I kid you not, I was already. Who do I interview to be my coach
yeah.
and mentor to lead me into? I don't know what this is called, like this industry,
Mm-hmm.
but I have to do that. And I'm 43 years later,
Right.
43. And then I interviewed a few coaches and
Mm-hmm.
a friend of mine who's been a huge blessing in my life, Ashley. I love her to death, and I have such a great circle of girls around
You
me. Like
have to.
you have to have your tribe.
Yes.
You
You
have to
can't
have
do
your
this
tribe. You
alone.
can't do it
You
alone. And we have been
cannot.
there for each other. And so I knew she had competed. So
Oh,
we
so she
talked
already did
about
this
it.
already.
Yeah, and she
Okay.
was actually part of the beginning of my nutrition journey
Mm.
because nutrition is
Oof.
everything.
Okay.
So I saw her doing an interview, and um she was on the panel, and she was talking about nutrition, and I was not in where I wanted to be. I let myself go, and not
Right.
realizing it. This is the problem. You don't realize. You think I thought I was fit.
Right.
If you saw the before and after, I was like, I got the quads. No, honey, that was a lot of fat over there. That was not. That wasn't that. So I saw her, but I knew clothes weren't fitting. You know how that goes. Like you already know something's off.
Yep.
And then our mistake is we keep buying clothes that are bigger
Exactly.
instead of figuring out what we need to get back and do some
Mm-hmm.
freaking cardio, get on the stairmaster.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, so I reached her after. I kind of pulled her aside and we chatted. I said, so I want to be able to meet you, and we meet aside, and we met at her place. She measured me and she told me kind of certain things. We started doing challenges
Oof.
on like nutrition, and I was just like, ugh.
Is it like baby steps?
Baby steps. You
Okay.
cannot go from what you can't go to
How
what
you
I
ate.
was
Yeah.
to what I did competing wise until some major changes happen in your.
Ugh.
So nutrition was
Yes.
it. So she helped me. I probably did like 3 challenges. I
Mm-hmm.
believe, if I remember, they were like 6-week challenges or something like that. I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, I got it. I'm doing it. I'm eating a little bit more. I would only eat like twice a day. which is normally what we all do, right? I think we eat in the morning,
Right.
or we skip breakfast. We have lunch, and then
And
we
then
have dinner,
dinner.
and then that's it. And sometimes I'd only eat one time a day. And water, I never had it. I didn't like water.
Right.
I think because I was traumatized with my oldest, because I was in the hospital for a month before he was born, and they were chubbing, like they needed me to
Water.
drink a lot of cold water,
Oh.
and I hated it. So I wasn't a water drinker. And she says, I'm gonna give you the info, contact my coaches. So I had interviewed, I thought I had chosen one, and so I met this which you'll have him on the show soon.
Yeah.
The Pope family,
Oh.
Total You Fitness and Nutrition.
I'm so inspired by you, because to me, I can work out all day. I can work out hours. I don't care. But food?
I'm a foodie. We're Latina.
I know, like,
do you have food allergies?
No. Well,
neither do I.
Well, I have fake food allergies. No
Fake?
onions and no cilantro. That's my thing.
Okay.
No onions and cilantro, because I hate it.
My son doesn't like that either. I don't know
It's just,
why.
it
It's the
tastes like
cilantro.
soap to me. I was traumatized with
Like-
onions, but that's another.
I can understand raw onions because, we speak a lot to people, and like,
No.
you don't want that going on.
Let me tell you a really quick story. So I was really sick when I was little. So my mom would always call la familia in Colombia, like, ay, es que la niña siempre está enferma, siempre está en el hospital. Like, I'm always in the hospital. And they're like, well, what's wrong? She's always has bronchitis. They're like, okay, get boiled milk,
boiled
milk, onion, garlic, do that, and have her drink it. I had to sit on a little stepping stool when I was little with my nose like this, because that shit is.
What would that do? Like, what were you supposed to do? What was the?
I had to drink the whole thing.
To
but
do
the
what?
onion to take the bronchitis and get
Oh,
me
yeah,
not
yeah. I've
sick
heard that. The
anymore.
natural remedies.
Yeah, natural remedies. And then she'll be like, okay, here's un confite, like a little candy. I'll do that and I'll drink it. And like, I would like literally vomit after. She goes, nope, because you vomited, you got to drink it again. Let me tell you, I never went to the hospital again.
But you know that the onion stuff is a real thing. I have a
I
friend who's
know.
Dominican,
Uh-huh.
and I don't know what I was. Oh, the same thing. I had it really bad. And she says, take an onion, cut it in half, and put it on your chest and tape
I'd
it.
rather do that and then drink the damn
Or
thing.
I have to not look at the camera. I'm sure you'll cut this out. There's another guy in the room. Or put it underneath your feet and tape
yes.
it. And I'm like, who
Ugh.
wants to be in bed with me
For
like
real,
that?
Like, what?
But
But
that's what
yeah,
happened.
it works. So that's why I hate onion. So I got traumatized from that.
Because
And just cilantro tastes like soap to me.
my son says the same thing.
Yeah.
But
nasty.
But I mean, the nutrition part is when I tell people, if you really want to get into changing, you got to fix this. You got to fix what you're putting into your mouth. I kid you not. That is like, you heard the 80-20 rule? That's 80.
For me, I feel like it's 90.
No, you know what? 100%. That very well may be, because you got 90% is what you put in your body.
Right.
5% is the water intake.
True.
And then I mean, if we want to use those kind of terms, and then the other 5 is what you're putting in, working out, cardio, and in the gym.
Wow.
But it's nutrition.
So you had to do baby steps.
So baby steps.
Was
So
the
I did
coach,
these.
like,
So she was like, obviously accountability is a huge thing. If you don't have people around you that are working on something and they're not holding you accountable and they don't know what your goals are, who is, like, you can fail yourself all day long and not feel bad about it. You know what I mean? But someone telling you, Jannese, like, you're not tracking, or you're in a competition and you look at it like a friendly competition and you got all these girls having results and you're the only one.
That's like,
no, that's so I did those baby steps. I did those challenges. So my recommendation for people that are starting in the gym is do the group classes. You don't need to know how these equipments, how to use them.
right.
But you need to build up some
Because it
strength.
is terrifying.
It's because you're looking around you don't want people looking at you, and you're looking at the machines. You're like, I don't know how to use
And
this.
form is everything.
And the what?
Form.
Form is
Because
everything.
you could just really hurt yourself.
Yeah, you got to be really careful. So coaching again. Coaching has changed my life, both in business and in fitness, is do the group classes. So this was our little small group, and I started that, and I told her, I said, I really want to compete. This is my dream. And so she said, contact this family. And so I had interviewed a couple. I went there, and I don't know, when you have this feeling that just like, it
comes in you.
It comes in. It's like confirmation. Like, this was it. Like, I felt everything was here. They were spiritually in line with me. They were in tuned. They were God driven. They were
Good.
passionate. They're 30 years in the business.
Wow, that's
And
a
I
long
was
time.
like, this is it. So I was like, all right, what do we need to do?
Mhm.
And that was, I took all the energy that I had. I was going through some personal situations too.
Mhm.
And this is what I like, my biggest, advice that I can give people. When you're going through something hard, you have got to go to the gym. If you're having a good mood, go to the gym. If you're having a bad time, go to the gym. If you want to scream, go to the gym. Just go to the gym,
Mhm.
because that has been mentally
Hmm.
more than just the physique, right? But mentally my outlet for everything.
Yeah.
So I went in there and they told me the plan. They told me
Mhm.
what I needed to do. I was in the gym, and my strength was like, I was crying on my own, because I'm like, what am I doing? Like, how can I compete? In my head, I'm looking at these girls muscular.
Uh-huh.
By the way, there's different categories. So
Right.
I was comparing myself to a category that I was not really competing in. The bikini category is athletic and toned,
Mhm.
but not this overpowering muscular way. So I would self-doubt. I would I would I would say I can't do this. I would
Mhm.
cry. I was like, I don't know what I got myself into. Like, I'm never going to be what these girls
And you
are.
already
And I had already
started.
committed with
You
them. I
committed.
was already on the plan. And then I'm thinking, I don't want to let them down. I don't want to let my
Mhm.
kids down. And I just kept getting stronger and kept getting
Mm.
stronger and kept getting stronger. And he had me on 45 minutes of cardio twice a day. Plus, because I was at, if I told you my fat percent, when I
If you don't
started
mind,
this,
how much did you weigh at that
I
time?
weighed then. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm super transparent. When I started the journey, I was at almost, I was at 150 pounds,
Mhm.
and I was at almost 30% in body fat. And in
It's because
six
they have a like
months,
una máquina
they
or
have all the scans, they have everything. So they
uh-huh.
would tell you what your fat percentage is, your muscle mass. The goal was to drop in the fat percent and increase in your muscle. But in the beginning, you're going to lose muscle while you're trying to lose the fat, because you're overkilling yourself in cardio.
Mm.
So I did that, and it was like 3.5 hours in the gym daily, 5, 6 days a week. But I needed to do that. That was my outlet. That was my
And that was
only
right
thing.
away you had to
And that
start
was
doing that.
instant.
Oof.
That was instant. Eating 6 times a day,
Mhm.
which I'm like, from
6?
1 to 2 to 6. Like, I wanted to throw up. Like, I'm like, I can't fit like anything
Yeah.
else in my belly. And the point of the nutrition is, I needed to up my protein. People don't understand, but you should be
I hear it all the
consuming
time. Yeah.
the amount, what you weigh should be in the grams of protein a day, like, at least. So here I am at 100 and like 50 pounds, almost 160, whatever.
Mhm.
And I was consuming about 180 grams of protein or so, around
Oh,
there, estimated.
wow.
So that's a lot of food. I mean, you're
Mhm.
talking 4 to 6 ounces of meat or chicken or whatever
Oof.
in each meal, plus
So
the
6
carbs.
times?
6 times. The
Oh my
last
god.
one, here's another tip: never have your carbs at the end, at your last meal, because your carbs are energy. Your carbs, you need it to give you energy to push through your day and through the gym,
Mhm.
but you cannot burn that off at night while you're sleeping. So why are you
Right.
having carbs? So it should just be salads and protein, and that's it, but no
So
carbs.
take the carbs
Tapes the
completely
carbs
out.
completely out. Try to have it.
Healthy carbs you can, but
But what do our Asian amazing people do? They have
rice.
they have carbs in their
Hey,
rice in the
look at me
morning.
for
Have
real.
you seen anyone obese in that
But let
culture
me
that
tell
I
you,
can remember?
and I think it's because I'm sorry, I'm so about this. The US, their food is
Terrible. Yeah,
garbage.
yeah.
All the chemicals. Like if I just look, I'll look at this coffee, I just gained like 10 pounds looking at it, not even consuming it.
Just
But when
like,
you go at
I
another
just
country, I'm just
I'm
like,
a visual person, so like
yes.
I saw that and just instantly bloated.
For real. So when I go to Colombia, if I go to Europe or anything, I can eat these foods. They're not the best, but I'm losing weight and I feel much
I
better.
know.
I don't have
I
stomach
feel the
issues or
same.
anything.
Yeah, crazy,
But
but it's the truth.
it
And
is.
so that the nutrition was a big thing,
Mhm.
major. Another reason why I would cry sometimes, I'm like, I can't even
I
die. I can't
know.
swallow, like, I can't. But I had to trust the process. And so every 2 weeks I would get scanned, accountability again.
Oof.
Every 2 weeks I would get scanned.
And
You're
they would
not
know if you're
moving.
cheating.
That you cannot like cheat the numbers. Like, you cannot like lie. The numbers don't
Never
lie. That's what
lie. Yes.
my coaches, even to the slightest, like if I would put like like oil on the salad.
Uh-huh.
That is not part of the plan,
Oh,
or
really?
depending on what you are putting in. It was just the numbers didn't lie. So I would constantly tweak. That's where
Yeah.
it's so amazing to have a nutrition coach. Every 2 weeks. So instead of letting yourself go 3 months, we would catch the issue.
In the
Every two
beginning.
weeks. Every 2 weeks we're building. And then I'm just being slaughtered in the gym. Like, but I love that. It's not
Yeah.
I don't look at that. I mean, it may feel
But
like
did you like the gym before though?
I love the gym. I was doing the gym. I love the challenge. But here's the thing, like you don't come if I'm telling you what I did, it's not for you to feel like this is what you have to do.
Right.
I had a set goal. I
Mhm.
was competing in 6 months. It
Ooh.
was do or die.
Right.
Like it was either go all in or go home. Or go just go back and sleep. You know what I mean? That
Right.
was that. And this was my coach's show. This is their event. This is their show.
Oof.
I'm their athlete. How can I go there and represent them wrong?
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I cannot show up and have their name on me as product, and here I am like, no. So I set a goal. This is why it's so important to set goals. Like it could be, I want to lose a pound a month.
Right.
Just set a goal and then do whatever you need to do to get to that goal. So I had an extreme goal, and I had started at about I was over 30% in body fat, and in 6 months I went to 6% in body
Holy
fat.
shit.
So it was an extreme change.
It's like intense.
So if
program.
if you start putting images of that show, was
Yes,
crazy.
You'll send me pictures and we'll
Yeah,
post them.
crazy that. So I did it. It was insane. And then here I am, Jannese doesn't stop.
Right.
So I was like, oh, there's one,
But
in
you did
2 months.
But you did 2 competitions.
I jumped in another one. So I won second place in my first one.
Okay.
In my Masters
wow, that's
40.
Good. That was your very first
My
one?
very first. Look,
one.
I'll take it. Second
Yes.
place
Hell
amongst
yeah.
women that have competed before that were way younger than me. I in my first show I did three categories. Masters 40, which was I was second.
It's Masters 40 because of the
age.
Oh, okay,
yes.
okay.
And then I mean when you go to these shows, you see 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds, 70-year-olds, like incredible. Like that is my inspiration. Like I want to be that grandma.
Yeah.
Right there for my grandkids. I don't have grandkids right now. But I did that, and then I was second in another category, and then third in another. I don't know all those. But then the second time around, I said, okay, I want to get first spot. So I competed again in August. This was July, and then in August I did another one. Here's another thing: your body needs to grow. Okay. You need to allow these off-season times are so important, because if you keep jumping in and I got all my critiques from my judges and I knew where I needed to grow, but you have to be patient with your body. Your body is not this microwave and I the only thing I would have changed in that is maybe give myself a little bit more time between shows. Okay. To allow my body to grow into what I need to rest and grow muscle. So anyways, I enjoyed my holidays. I was in that off season. I was just like Thanksgiving.
Arroz con gandules.
Arroz con gandules, el pavito. I enjoyed it. This isn't like, where my life goes away. I think people are like, how can you do that? Like, I can't ever do it. Like, you have no life. No, this is my life.
And
this is my lifestyle.
Love your life. Yeah.
I'm eating 6 times a day. I'm eating way more than everybody else. So it's not like I'm being starved.
Right. I've
activated my metabolism to be on like high performing.
Especially us in our 40s.
Yes. And hormone is going to take it down. Oh, I didn't even say this. A year before I started bodybuilding, I was losing my hair. I started, maybe that was premenopause, what they call it. And then I went to see my doctor and I was like, I don't know, this is something. I don't like know what this is. So I had my first blood panel and I started regulating my hormones then, which helped me in my first competition in having testosterone. And
Did you do, if you don't mind me asking, because I'm on the pellets.
I did the pellet.
You did it? How was that?
The pellet was off the chart.
I love them.
Off the chart.
The only thing is I hate is that I break out. I'm like,
yeah. You're gonna have the, maybe a little hair comes down here, but that's why you got laser. Yeah. So I did that, and that I can tell the difference. I did the injection the first time.
Oh, you can do injection.
So I did once a week. I would do an injection of the testosterone. This is not steroids. This is regulating.
Is it hormones?
Because people start seeing my veins come out, and they were asking me like, "What are you taking? Like, if I'm on cocaine or something?" Like, I'm not. Like, you're naturally, when you're losing fat, your veins are going to pop. Exactly. And I'm naturally veiny because this is my mom's hand. So So it's not that
Right.
you're by age your levels are gonna go down. So you need to go to your
Tremendously.
hormone doctor, not just
Mhm.
any doctor, someone who specializes in hormones,
Mhm.
and not just someone that's gonna say, "Oh, you're at where you need to be at your age." No, I
Mhm.
don't want to be where I'm
Mhm.
at my age. I
Mhm.
want to be optimal.
Better.
I why am I regulating? Because I want to be better than that.
Mhm.
So I got a doctor who helped me give me that extra energy that I needed, where I
Amazing.
feel like I'm 46, but
Mhm.
honestly, Gigi, I will outrun these 20-year-olds.
Really?
Like it's just this feeling. Age is truly just a number.
It really is.
I did a video dancing on social media, and one of my friends, Susie, who's in, you have to get her on. She is 60 something, 62, competitor, and her physique is off the charts.
Really? Oh.
And so she said, "Oh, I wish I had on my." She's like, "I wish I had the youthful age or whatever." I said, "Age has no number, girl.
Mhm.
You hear music, you just gotta go
Oh,
dance."
I love music.
Yeah, I mean,
Obsessed.
like, let's go dancing now.
I
Like, at
know. I'm
what
about
is
to
it,
be
9
like
o'clock in
Nico,
the
put
morning?
that DJ music on. Be like,
Babe, drop that bass, drop that bass. So, oh my God, so where are we at with that? So I
you
did
got
this.
the hormones,
So yeah, definitely
everything
check
with
your
that.
hormones. Super important, because when you feel tired, you think it's like, I just can't. Then these are a lot of feedback that I would get from girls on social media. I
Mhm.
wish I had your drive. I wish I had your energy. I wish I had your motivation. I don't know como yo te explico how that made me feel for them. Like,
Mhm.
you do have it. It's here.
Exactly.
We
You
already
just gotta
have
want
what we
it.
need inside. You know what I mean? You just need to believe in yourself.
Mm.
You need to find the right help, like your
Mhm.
hormone doctor, because you're
Yes.
probably you're tipping and you need to
Right.
get it up. And I don't know why that made me think of a guy like that. And you just need accountability and the right nutrition and then the plan.
That's
That's
true.
it. And
Oof.
then the way that I mean, come on, like if you got these girls that are competing at 60, 70,
I know, like you
like,
can.
and you're
Like,
at
come
30
on.
something and you can't, no, it's all
It's
here.
mental.
It's all right here. It's all right here. So, anyways, ¿dónde estaban?
So you were doing, you did the two,
So I did
the
the
two
two, and then I
competition.
enjoyed
You
my
your
my
time
holidays,
off.
and I knew June was coming up. July
Mhm.
was my next show,
I'm so
and
proud of you on that one.
I won't stop till I get first. My goal, because people say, "What are you getting out of bodybuilding? Like, what's your goal? What are you trying to do
Right.
here?" I won't stop until I get my pro card. I don't care how long it
Love it.
takes. That's my ultimate goal, is to get my pro
How do you get
card.
your pro card?
You have to compete in national levels, and you
Uh-huh.
have to win among some
Tough, tough.
tough
Duras.
unas duras,
Mhm.
and you have to win a local, then win a national, and then you get pro card. And so it's just what I'm gonna do. It's part of what I'm gonna add onto my resume, because I
Right.
definitely want to do in business, something in fitness, business
Love
wise.
it.
You
Love
know,
it.
that's my passion, and I'm
Mhm.
so blessed, Gigi, to be
Mhm.
able to say that I have two passions.
I know.
Real estate, helping people accomplish their dreams of
Yes.
being homeowners, like that's
Mhm.
huge
That is.
for a family, right? You
Mhm.
do it, we're helping that dream,
Mhm.
but also to help someone transform,
That is.
like
Oof.
transform personally inside, from the inside out,
That's.
is a whole other level for me. And I think that honestly, God has, you can look back at your years
Mhm.
and know that, yeah, I know why you did that, God. I know
Yeah.
why you jumped me from here to here, where back then it didn't make sense, right?
Mhm.
And you're mad at God,
Yes.
like you're like,
why
why?
me? Like,
But then
why?
later, I promise you, you'll understand why.
Yeah.
And God's led me to here, and that's my purpose. It's my passion. So I'm gonna
And
do it.
drum roll.
And drum roll. So
You just did a competition.
I did July. I just did it this past Saturday. So you got me
Yes.
fresh off the stage almost. And what happened to me that day, like,
Was it like a black?
well, I had
black
hit my
top?
percent goal of 6% body fat
Okay.
again.
Mhm.
But
Because that's the goal. You have
yeah,
to
you
be
gotta
at
hit
6.
there. You gotta hit there at least to really be stage.
Okay.
You know,
stage
and it
ready.
could be different for each person.
Okay.
But for me, that was my goal specifically. And so I did that, and I had hit that goal like 3 weeks prior to. So I was
Oh.
like, oh hell, I'm
Woo.
not gonna get carbs taken away.
Yes.
I'm gonna enjoy this. And so I hit it, and then I just started conditioning and drying up, because the whole shred,
Yes.
which is not the healthy nutrition at the end, is just for competing.
Mhm.
And then I was ready. The first competitions, I was getting cramps like major. The
Oh.
sodium is less. The water is less. I was cramping up.
Oh, you
I
can't
I
drink
couldn't
water
even
like
hit my
that.
first pose almost in my first competition. I freaked out, but I wasn't showing it, but I can feel it. And
Yeah.
I still, thanks to God, placed. And then in this time around, I wasn't feeling those cramps. So I'm like, I'm doing something right. Like I'm
That's
getting this
right.
controlled. I'm getting the swing of this. And then all of a sudden on the preliminaries, which is the first, like, you got to do it well there, because
Uh-huh.
by finals, when they start calling out who really won at the end, the judges already know who's winning. And so I'm like, I need to hit it.
Mm-hmm.
Gigi, I don't know what the heck.
Something came in you.
Well, my coach, and I laugh at this because she will be at the corner of the stage right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you gotta do this. Don't do that. Tírate, empújalo. And then, like, that's who she is.
Yeah.
Joanna is like, and so she was saying to me, she says, sit on it. Two weeks prior to competing, I was on scooters with my friend and my son in downtown Orlando. We were doing the scooters, and I had landed off the scooter wrong, so I sprained my ankle bad. Like, it was half my foot went off the sidewalk, and I heard a blah blah, like tra
No.
tra, and I was just like, that does not sound good. I've never broken a bone in my life. I've never fractured anything in my life, but that sounded like I
Like
broke
bad.
something, and I was
Right.
like, son of a bitch, I just composed myself. I didn't want to ruin the day. And the guys were like, "Are you okay? Everything is good. We're good." But I started feeling it. I started limping.
Puta.
The next day I went to the hospital and I got a scan because I'm like, it's swollen by the next morning. And I was like, oh fuck. And so I went, I got scanned. Nothing thankfully was broken
Thank God.
or fractured. But I was swollen. So I'm like, I have to be in heels in 2 weeks. And I was telling
I
these
know.
nurses, what do I gotta do? Like, give me anything. And I was on like the ibuprofen,
Yeah.
like 6 pills a day. Like, just give me whatever.
Shit. Yeah.
So I wasn't in heels until maybe that was the second time on stage. I just practiced a little bit. I just
Yep.
kind of, but I was feeling good.
Mm-hmm.
My ankle was feeling better, and I go in. There's a square on the stage that you have to hit your pose and stay within that square. And the judges are all lined up right there in front of you, looking at everything. And at that moment, I went to go hit my pose, and Joanna is like, sit on it. And where you gotta like just sit on your side and really pull out that glue. Well, I'd put more weight on my ankle on that side. And your body is so incredible. I started like instantly, like these light flashes.
Yeah.
I felt the pain, the pressure. And then since I had to like put this foot on an upper heel or incline, it cramped that calf. Like, and I thought I was gonna fall. Like, I couldn't, I was shaking so bad. And my friends were in the audience, and she had told me, she said, I thought you were gonna like fall off, like
Right.
fall over, because I couldn't control the shaking in both my legs at that very moment.
It's like, why right now?
And I wanted to. I left that stage. Joanna was already there. The EMT was there. They walked me down the stairs carefully. I got sat down, and I just wanted to like cry and cry.
Right.
But I was like,
cry.
this was it for me. Like, there's
Yeah.
no way that I'm winning any of this. Like, this
Right.
is it. I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like such a failure because your friends are there. They pay to be there. They're there to support you. My kids are there. I've worked so hard to condition myself to this moment for me to like F it up at that moment. So anyways, something else had happened, which I thought I had lost the other category too, because I went into 2 categories. And I just, that whole day, I had these nerves. Have you ever had a day where you're just shaking, the anxiety? Like, I wanted to throw up. I was like, I felt defeated. I just, everything como que crumbled.
It just like,
and I was like, I felt like just a failure. Like, I don't even, it's such a bad word,
right.
But I felt like such a failure. And I was embarrassed. And I was so embarrassed because my girls are there, and they just, your circle matters. Your environment matters.
So true.
They went with me. They stayed with me during the break, the long break before finals, which started at 5. And we had put my legs up. We started looking at the videotape, started identifying how can I make that pose, but maybe angle my foot in a way where I'm not balancing. Yeah. And we started strategizing my final move. I had to hit that final pose. And so we started figuring it out, and it worked because then, and then backstage, nervous. This Dominicana. Leave it to
Aw.
my Dominicana. I love them, my Latinas. She has headphones on.
Uh-huh.
She's totally psyched out. She has she's just pumping up, working, psyched out. She don't care. She's not
She's
looking
in
at
her
anybody.
zone.
She's in her zone. She's not comparing herself to anybody.
Mhm.
And she was, and I'm like, what are you listening to? And music is everything to me. Like
Yes.
music is,
Ah,
you inject me with music, and I'm
I'm
like
like,
this, like, what do you call
yes.
that bunny? That energy, the
Yeah,
energizer bunny.
bunny.
And I will dance anything.
Mhm.
Country, not so much, pero
Yeah, country,
you know,
I'm sorry.
pero I love everything else. And then she started putting reggaeton on, and we started lining up. They had called us out to line up.
Uh-huh.
I'm nervous. You can feel the anxiety aquí, and I'm just like, lo voy a perder. Like I'm already losing. I've already
Right.
lost. That was my
Right.
mentality.
Mhm.
I might as well just, no sé, give them a
Stop, but
twerk
no.
up there on the stage or something. Like I might, figure something out. But she put on this reggaeton, and we were the only two in that whole lineup of, I don't know, like 10 to 13 girls, just dancing and flowing. Y como que it got me into that flow,
state.
the happy
Yes.
state. Like you have to find you got to channel that
have
energy
to.
somewhere. And I was on the floor before that moment listening to Christian music, speeches, motivational, Dios mío.
It wasn't doing it.
Like everything, Dios mío, give me a word, give me something to shake the anxiety out, like the
Yeah.
nervousness out of me. And it was her con esa música, which I love her to death, cuando ella lo vaya a ver este video. And we just started flowing.
That's
And then I
beautiful.
was like, me dio como un empuje, like the
Sí.
energy that I needed. When they walked me up the stage, and I'm looking at all the lights, and that could freak anybody
Yeah,
out, make you
like,
nervous.
ugh.
And I hit the damn pose. I hit it. And when they called out, and la muchacha, my competitor, era una
Yes.
dura.
Oh my
Like
God.
she was Amazon. Like esa
Yes.
mujer era.
Bam,
And
bam, bam.
yo no sé, like when they said that I was the winner of that category, the Masters 40 category, I just was in shock. Like, and then my second category was open, which is by height.
Oh, okay.
Y ahí it doesn't matter your age, it doesn't matter, it's just by height. So
Oh.
ahí tenía como 6 otras duras, demasiado de bellas, and it's a lot of discipline. It's a lot of discipline that goes in that, and I placed third in that one amongst them. So I was like, top 3, Nena, I'll take it all day long.
Yes.
Which a few minutes ago, I was like, I'm done.
Yes.
No voy a ganar nada. Perdí el show. I lost it. I'm a failure. This is my coach's show.
I know.
I'm representing total you. I'm the failure. I got to bring something home.
Mm-hmm.
Y eso me pasó. And then when I went backstage, and you'll be able to see the video I put on Instagram, where I literally was just having my plantains, because it's when we can finally eat something. Yes. And I was in awe. And all I could do was just, gracias a Dios.
Yes, you fucking did.
Gracias a Dios. That's all God. That's gracias a Dios. Entonces that's it. So now I have another goal, because remember I told you one follows another.
Yes.
And this is another dream of mine, which I just a month ago even realized that they're doing this over there. I didn't know. I mean, the NPC is the largest bodybuilding organization. So let alone being in just starting in an industry which is brand new to me, but let alone having the honor and the blessing to be a part of the number one bodybuilding organization, in the United States, was like, no sé, like God put me there. You know what I mean? Like this is all God's doing all the way. Entonces, I didn't promote it out there, because obviously my enfoque era with my coaches. Pero quiero hacer mi isla, which is Puerto Rico. And so November 1st,
oh my God,
it's in lo voy a hacer en mi. And I have 3 months of preparation. So yes, I've been cheating here and there. Esta semana.
Well, remember, like you said, you have to let your body relax so you can just optimize. I need to,
exactly. And we are living, right? This is, it has to be sustainable también. And so I had my big chocolate cookies y todo eso, and all that good stuff. Y ya. So November 1st is the next one. So wish me luck.
Excited.
En mi isla de Puerto Rico.
That's good. I gotta go and see you.
Yeah. Eso va a ser. You have to, because it's going to be a party after.
Oh, you know
En la isla. What? So sí.
So I have 3 things. I'm going to wrap it up.
Yeah.
One thing is, what is your favorite book? What book would you recommend to the audience? It could be
There is one,
whatever book you
and I
love.
want to say the name of it is The Traveler, if I'm not mistaken. Which I'll text you the exact
Yes.
link. It's The Traveler, which was someone who was going to die or was in a coma because of an accident, and his spirit actually took him to places that he had dreamed about or should have, in opportunities that he almost said no to, and God was showing him that if you had only said yes to it, this is what your
This is
life
what
would have
you're
looked like.
You need
The
to
Time Traveler,
freaking
pelón.
time travel.
The
You
Time
need to give me
Traveler.
that book
So me
because I'm going to
encantó.
Europe soon, and so I'm trying to see on my Audible to like download a whole bunch of books or whatever. That sounds
Choices and
really
opportunities
good.
that we miss because we get lazy.
Right.
That's The Time Traveler.
Or
I'll
you
send
get
it
in
to
your
you.
head. Yes, you need to get. Ooh,
Esa.
that sounds good.
Esa.
Okay, one song.
El
What's
song.
your
A song. I have
song?
many. No
One
tengo
song.
una.
One that comes up in mind right now.
Dura. No sé. I mean, todo my Mark Anthony, Daddy Yankee,
Mm-hmm.
my
Your
vibe,
yeah, island
my
flavor.
island flavor.
Yes.
Eso. No tengo una, tengo muchas.
One person that you do not pay, like a coach that you actually listen to.
My dad.
Your dad. I was thinking that too.
My dad
Your
and
dad.
Jesus, my
Of
father,
course.
ultimate father.
Always.
Yeah, my God, gracias por todo. Y mi papá.
Oh, that's amazing. That's
Y mi papá.
beautiful. Now, what would you give the audience? One saying, un consejo, something that you want to give to the audience that is something very important.
Bueno, I'm going to look here because it's to the audience, right? Un consejo is that even when life hits, at any moment that life hits, because there's going to be many hits that we're gonna go through in life, never let yourself go. Never doubt yourself. Never doubt the power of being spiritually aligned and what dreams could really do for you. Because not everybody needs to understand what that dream is, but God gave you that window and that imagination to look for you to see through, and it's for you to walk through. Nobody needs to understand that. But you need to walk to that, and however long it takes you, you can do it. You just need to align yourself with the right people, the right accountability, and never let yourself go. Never feel like you're less valuable, you're less important because you're not pairing up to other people, because this isn't a compare, this isn't apples to apples. This is your journey and yours alone.
I love that.
That's it.
That hit hard. That hit me hard. I'm like, hold up the tears. Hold the tears. I'm like, no.
There's so much more I can say, but this was so great.
That was so
Thank you for
beautiful.
having me here.
Of course.
Thank you for having me
really
here.
look up to you, and you're such an inspiration because my challenge for me is food.
Like I can help you with that. I got you. I got you.
So we're going to talk. Maybe I will have a goal too.
Yeah. Es importante.
Yes. And I really appreciate you coming here. Thank you so much. And we always end the show with our famous phrase is,
wake up, show up, and live up. Yes.